there, welcome to the second video in our series of dynamic warm-up exercises for runners. For this video, you can leave our shoes on, and if you have an exercise mat, you might only need it for one or two of the moves. So if you don't have one, that's fine. This is no fuss, no mat required if you don't have one. This workout or this warm-up is not so much based on Pilates principles of movement, but just general mobility and dynamic warm-up exercises. So let's get started. We're going to start with our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Let's turn our toes out slightly away from our midline. We're going to start with some squats. So we're going to come down and push back up. Down and push back up. Down and push. Not needing to do this really fast or anything. Dynamic just means movement. So it doesn't mean that you have to do it really speedily or anything like that. Dynamic, just keep moving, as opposed to static where we hold the movement or the stretch. With this, just making sure that your knees are traveling out in line with your ankles and not rolling inward. Your weight is even between the right and left sides. Sometimes after an injury, we can veer to compensate away from one side. Just try and make sure both are even. And just think about driving the hips backwards. Imagine there's a little box or a chair that you want to sit on behind you. At the top, when we're in hip extension, why not give the glutes a little squeeze at the top? That's it. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Give it a little shake. Okay, keeping things dynamic. Let's do some heel kicks, alternating side to side. When we're ready, 3, 2, 1. Let's heel kick, heel kick, heel kick. Nice and dynamic. Again, not having to go too fast here. Your heart rate's probably going to elevate a little bit with this anyway. The dynamic movement, which will help prepare us for our run and our workout ahead, and hopefully improve our performance a little bit as well. Okay, let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Give it a little shake. Okay, I'm going to turn to the side now so I can stay on view, stay on the camera. And it doesn't matter what direction you face for this. We're going to go for some forward alternating lunges then. Let's get your feet hip width apart. Hips, knees and ankles in good alignment. You can pop your hands on your hips if you like for a little bit of balance. And let's take a step forward with the right foot. We're going to bend both knees into a lunge and push back up. Swap, because we're alternating, and push. Down and push. Keeping the hip, knee and ankle of the leading leg in line, and the back leg actually, as we do the movement. Try to imagine keeping both sides of your pelvis level too as you come down into this position. If you find the lunge increases discomfort around the kneecap, then you could try a backwards lunge instead, which has been shown in research to decrease that force around the kneecap. So backwards lunge, just like that, and back up. Decrease that load if you need to. You don't want to irritate anything, we just want to warm everything up. Last 2. Last 1. Excellent, we'll come back to the end of our mat again. Next movement will be a walkout, warming up the core a little bit, the upper body, and stretching out a little dynamically through the backs of the thighs, the hamstrings and the calves. Let's lift up overhead, breath in, and on the breath out, bend over, reach forward, bend the knees if you like. You have a lot of discomfort or tightness here. And then in 4 steps, let's walk out to a full high plank. We're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back up for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reach up. Let's do 2 more of those. Take a big breath in. And on your breath out, let's dive forward. Lengthening through the calves, the hamstrings, bend the knees if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And walk back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go for 1 more. Reach and stretch. Breath in. And on the breath out, down we come. Reaching over. Let's walk out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk back up. Up and standing. Let's stay standing. For this one, you might need something to hold on to for balance. I'm right beside the wall here, so I'll use the wall for it. I'm going to come over a little bit closer. Let's hold on with the left hand. Left leg stays still. I'm going to do just a little swing for the hamstrings and for this right leg. So nice and dynamic here, keeping the upper body still, keeping the pelvis nice and stable. As we just let that leg swing, getting up nice and high. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do the opposite leg. So you want to turn around, make sure you still have something to help with your balance. Let's go. Lifting that leg, giving it a good swing. That's it, getting the hamstrings warmed up, the hip, all through that lower leg. Good, let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, good job. Little shake out, fantastic. Let's open our hips ever so slightly more then. We're going to stand with our feet again, wide and hip width apart. And we're going to do some side lunges then. And when you're ready, let's lean to one side and up. Let's lean to the other side, down and up. Stick the hips out as you come down. And again, squeeze the glutes at the top. Just squeezing the glutes at the top, down and up, down and up. Let's go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely, we're almost there. We're going to do our leg swings again. This time going across our midline, going across our body. So we're going to come, hold on to something again if you need to, and let's allow that leg to swing, but this time across your body. So the way I am here mightn't show that clearly, but I'm actually bringing my leg instead of forward and back, I'm bringing it across my midline. A little swing across the midline. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap it over to the other side. We're almost ready to go out for our run. Let's bring that leg across your midline. You want you to move a little bit away from the wall or hold on to a chair or something instead. That's it. Whoops. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Getting that leg right up there. Well done, guys. Last one. We're going to come down onto the mat for this, a combination exercise. We're going to keep our feet hip width apart again. Let's roll down. If you've done Pilates or yoga before, you'll know these ones. Let's walk the hands out and stop. When we're in this position, the downward facing dog position, let's warm up our calves a little bit more. We're going to lift both heels and lower. Try and keep your spine nice and relaxed. We'll keep it a little bit straighter. Up and down. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to do some pedaling. So lower one heel and swap. Opposite heel and swap. Excellent. Getting that lovely lengthening, that nice warm up, but in a dynamic way through the calves. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to have a look in front now. Walk your hands a little further forward. We're going to take our right foot out in front of us. We're going to keep our 2 hands either side of that foot. We're going to lean forward into it. You can lift the chest a little bit if this is too intense. Put the back knee down. The back knee up or down off the mat, whichever you prefer, or the floor. And I keep the left hand down, right foot down, and rotate, lift the right arm up. And a nice spine rotation there too. 2 more. Lift and drop. 1 more. We're nearly there. Lift and drop. Lovely. Let's swap over. Last stretch and then we're out the door. Let's take the left leg in front. Lean forward. Back knee down or back knee up if you like. This time the right hand stays on the ground. Let's rotate the left one up and drop. 2 more. Big breath out. And drop. 1 more. Exhale. Well done. From here, bring the back foot forward again. Let's roll all the way up. Reach overhead. Big breath in. And on your breath out, let it all go. Shake everything out. And you are ready to go. Enjoy your run. And we'll see you next week for another video.